Hi everyone, this is Ciao with Ariana Stark. This is a pick a card reading for the week starting from 24th August 2026 to 30th August 2026. We have two piles lined up. This is the card Faith and this is the card Wisdom. Viewers, you can pause the video and decide intuitively which pile you are being drawn to. We do have the timestamp given in the description box, so in case you want to proceed and go directly to your reading, feel free to do just that. Let's just get down to your reading. Those of you who pick the card Faith, faith can move mountains. So this week, you're being asked to trust the process, to believe in yourself, to allow time to unravel whatever it has in store for you. First card in this reading, pile A, is the Six of Pentacles. Now, expenses will definitely mount this week. Maybe you're also someone who is making investments. So you can look at it from that perspective. Maybe gadget related issues could also arise, pile A. Oftentimes we need to rework on our ideas. The workload is definitely going to increase for you. Even if there are limitations, you will need to maneuver them. I do have the Nine of Wands also, so it can be frustrating when we don't get immediate rewards. But then, as the first card says, you need to have faith. Maybe you also need to be large-hearted towards others. Maybe you also need to cooperate and meditate. Sometimes, we believe that we are correct or we are very rigid in our beliefs. So that is something which can lead to our undoing. Maybe even if the reward isn't immediate, we have to carry on, we have to soldier on. Incidentally, I also have the Hangman in your reading. So this person is in a state of suspension. This person is also needing to realize that even if the noose is tightening around his neck, and even if he feels he's sacrificing himself, he will have to do it because the workload is definitely going to increase. If you're going for a job or an employment opportunity, parlay, maybe you need to lower your expectations. Even while working, I think you need to seek assistance. The work pressure can affect you physically as well as mentally. Yet, you will be rewarded as time goes by. Maybe these are also barriers you need to overcome this week. So, even if one door closes, there's always some other opening which is going to be there. So, keep your emotions in check, Pale. I do have this card from the Butterfly Oracle deck. It can overwhelm us when situations don't go our way, but then there's no point being in despair, there's no point being despondent. You should also be careful of the fact that someone could also bother you this week. Incidentally, with respect to your love life, also you may feel as if this person is not wearing his heart on his sleeve. Maybe you're also planning a trip with this person. I keep comparing others to you. Nonetheless, with this card, this means that you're always comparing, or you find this person a notch above others. You also need to be someone who needs to decide what you really want from a romantic connection, because things can align very quickly. So, like I said at the beginning of the reading, you need to be patient with yourself. You also need to have faith in your person. Maybe loyalty is an issue which is being discussed here. Some of you could be feeling as if your relationship is not going anywhere. That is why you want to move away from the connection. That could also be the case. So your angels are asking you to decide clearly what is it that you want. Sometimes, time apart can also allow us to heal the relationship. Those of you in a long distance relationship, maybe you're planning that trip, maybe you're going to make some purchases for your person, buy presents or gifts and surprise him or her this week. Hope I you liked your reading. This is Ariana Stark signing off. Take care. Bye. Till the next time. Those of you who pick pile B with the card Wisdom for the week starting from 24th to 30th August, I think you're someone who needs the insight. You need to be perceptive. The wise owl is on her shoulder. So that means that definitely you're going to understand your higher purpose, or you're going to gain the necessary knowledge when it comes to certain situations that arise this week. Incidentally, the first card in this reading is the Judgment card. Now, karmic reward or punishment is definitely at hand this week. It's the way you act. Maybe there's also going to be an urgency in your step because of a stressful situation. It is imperative for you, Pile B, to take assistance from others. Official paperwork or documents will also require your attention this week. I also have the Three of Pentacles in your reading, which means that you need to continue to hone your skills. Maybe give the finishing touches to tasks which are underway so that it feels like a finished product. Even if you make your way for an interview, I think you need to upgrade your skills, because from the 3 to the 10 is a long way off. Sometimes, lack of experience can also lead to our undoing. Some of you could also be very distracted on account of personal issues that surface. Incidentally, I also have the Nine of Swords in the reading, so tension is definitely going to mount. Maybe colleagues are absent or there isn't help around. That is why you'll have to seek assistance, but then you're also someone who is going to be up for the challenge. As the week draws to a close, you will make quick progress for sure, even if people are trying to pull you down, even if you are deprived of sleep. I think you can make progress for sure. Be careful of your rivals as well. Despite it all, things will fall in place. I do have the card Be True to You. So the universe is definitely asking you to focus on your principles, whatever you desire. And I think the universe is definitely asking you to be ethical. Have regrets in life. Maybe your conscience can prick and bother you later on. Incidentally, I also have the card Material World. So many of you are also going to count your pennies. Like I said, there could be employment opportunities this week, but then with the card Occupation, also it is talking about the need to focus at tasks at hand so that you can be happy or delighted with the finished product. Respect your love life. Also, there's going to be some kind of tension for sure. Maybe you're going to acknowledge your mistakes with this card. I got Karma also coming in play once again. Many of you are dealing with a soulmate connection, because I have this card from the Romance Angel deck. Yes, this is your soulmate. So you need to recognize your connection. Maybe you're running away from someone special in your life. I think you need to honor the bond that is there. So sometimes some of you could also be dealing with a relationship which is very toxic. It could be a karmic bond. So unless and until we learn the lessons, we cannot move forward or ascend in life. I hope Pile B, if you liked your reading, do give us your feedback in the comment section. This is Ariana Stark signing off. Take care. Bye. Till the next time.